Alright, hey, my name is Lily, and this is the gender tag. So, the first question is, how do you self-identify? I would say I self-identify as non-binary. The best way I can describe it is, if you were to compare gender with planets, you'd have, like, female, or woman, I guess, in Venus, and then man on Mars, and then you'd have transgendered woman on Pluto and transgendered male on Jupiter. So you just have like these planets where like they're set on that. And then non-binary feels sort of like an astronaut where you're just kind of like all over the place, and sometimes you like land on one and you like jump off and you go on to the next one and you're just kind of like floating around. Some days you feel this, some days you feel that. I think with gender fluidity, it's more like you wake up one day and you're male, and you wake up another day and you're female, and it's not male and female, that's more the biological sex, but like, as far as gender-wise, you wake up one day and you feel feminine, you wake up another day and you feel male, or masculine, sorry. And I think with non-binary, it's sort of like, all the time you're feeling like that, and you're feeling like you're sort of balancing and you're juggling between the two, but yeah. So, what pronouns honor you? Honestly, it's a new thing for me to be questioning, gender and stuff. And I definitely come from a family where it's, like, harder. I went to an all-girls Catholic school, so, like, the biggest deal in my entire life was the fact that I, like, came out into my entire class during retreat. And so just dealing with sexuality first, and validating that. I think we still have a long ways to go as far as validating different genders. And so it would be easier for me personally just to identify as with her. And I don't feel like I'm not being authentic to myself. I just feel like there are two parts of me. There's like the introvert and there's the sort of gender fluid thing, and the introvert kind of wins over, where I don't like confrontation, I don't like being put in certain situations, so that's just me personally, that it's easier for me to just identify as her. If you want to call me something else, go for it. I honestly don't mind. I'm pretty chill. What style do you normally wear? I'd say I sort of have a clean, sort of dapper look going on, where some days I wear, like, pretty, like, plain clothing with, like, dress pants and really nice boots and stuff like that, and other days it's, like, I'll wear, like, joggers and a sweater, so kind of usually androgynous, where, like, a male or a female could wear it, so I'm not wearing skirts, and I'm also not wearing, like, I don't know, women pretty much wear all men's clothing, so I do shop in the men's department every once in a while if it fits right. Yeah. And also, like, I wear, like, men's underwear, just because I feel more confident in it, and also women's underwear kind of gives you wedgies, so, yeah. Choice in body hair. So, aesthetically, I like clean shaven. Just everywhere. Well, I mean, some parts can be like a little grown out, if you know what I mean. But as far as motivation wise, it's like whatever I have time for. I'm not gonna go ahead and shave every single day, all parts of my body. Just like way too much time, way too much like money into razors and stuff like that. So aesthetically, clean shaven, but as far as like comfort wise, it's like whenever I have time. How do I style my hair? I do have short hair. I'm not gonna take it off because my hair looks disgusting, but I have like sort of the shaved sides and the shaved back, and then I have the like ponytail. And I say like if I have my hair down, it would come about to, like, the jawline. And so, like, when I'm wearing more like feminine clothing, I guess. I'd say I part my hair in the middle because it kind of gives more of a frame to my face, and it just looks more feminine. And then if I'm doing more like of a sort of metrosexual, lumbersexual sort of deal, I would have it up in a ponytail and or like in a really small bun, and then or I'll like style it. So I just like pop some, what is it, hair wax or whatever, and just style the top and then have the shaved sides. I used to cut my sides to a 2. I'm growing it out mainly because I don't want to pay to constantly have my sides shaved, and I can't do it myself because could you imagine just taking a razor to the back of your head? Like, hell no. So I'm probably gonna keep it at like this length, I guess. I don't mind that length. I kind of like it. And then I'll probably end up dyeing it like a grayish purple. Do you wear makeup or paint your nails? I would say I wear makeup, just because I like the aesthetic of it. I like, how it sort of evens out my face, and the way blush and bronzer looks. It sort of narrows my face. I kind of like it as like an artistic vibe, not as much gender. And I'll usually do makeup if I'm doing like going out to see friends, or it's like orientation or something where I'm like around a lot of people. And it is sort of a self-confidence booster, I guess. And I'll do like a little bit of eyeshadow, eyeliner, and I don't touch the brows. Brows aren't on fleek, but I don't have enough motivation to fix it. Plus, it always looks weird when I actually do my eyebrows, and I don't like that. Paint your nails. I like to paint my nails when the season changes. So I'm a huge person into seasons. Is that a sentence? But yeah, so it was fall, so I painted my nails red. It was supposed to be like a dark maroon. But yeah, I'd say when the season changes, I will paint my nails in like celebration of it, like as tradition. In the fall, I do sort of a maroon. In the winter, I do black or white. And then in the spring, I'll do like a pastel bluey color, or just pastel in general. I'd really love for like the fall to be, because I don't buy a lot of nail polish, but to buy like an olive green. Or is it olive yellow? Yeah, an olive green and a mustard yellow. I think those would be really great colors with maroon. I'm really into the fall, and I don't even think about summer. It's like, nah. Not recognizing summer. So yeah, I paint my nails to celebrate the season, not just because, yeah. That's the answer. Soaps or perfumes? Soaps are pretty basic. I don't like a lot of chemicals, so they pretty much end up being like, what do they call it when it's not for men and not for women? It's just, it's not gender neutral. They call it something. I don't remember. But yeah, I just use those soaps for like everyone. And then as far as perfumes go, I pretty much just use Old Spice deodorant. It's not a really masculine smell. I use the Fresh. So it smells a little bit like a combination of soap and just the slightest bit of aftershave. Have you experienced being misgendered? When I got my hair cut recently, I did get misgendered just because the top was short and then it was really, really buzzed on the sides and the back. So from the back, it was harder to tell. And the funny thing is, the people that did misgender me were definitely older women that looked or could pass as men. Not because they wanted to, just because, like, they had short hair, you know, they had big, baggy clothing, and they, like, the way they reacted to it was kind of like, what? Like, they were like, yes, young man, and then they're like, oh, I'm so sorry, young woman. you are definitely a woman. And I was like, don't care. Like, calm down. Like, I would definitely mistake you. So, yeah. There's that. How often? When I was younger, I did get misgendered a lot, and I didn't mind. I went, like, to a summer camp, and the first day I was, like, a guy, and I never went back to that summer camp because I was afraid I would get caught. But I did kind of like it. And until, like, there was, like, I think what made me uncomfortable was the fact that who I was with, because I was a kid, would correct it and make it really uncomfortable. And so then when it happens now, I feel uncomfortable. But at the time when it was happening, I was not uncomfortable with it. Do you experience dysphoria? I haven't experienced dysphoria in a really long time, and I don't think it's because I've, like, accepted my body. I think there are always parts of yourself that you're not comfortable with, and the way I deal with it is just to not. If, like, as far as looking at my body, there are parts that I just ignore. So, like, you know how people check themselves out? I'll look at, like, my face, and I'll look at, like, my stomach, just to see, like, if I'm, like, gaining weight or not. I look at, like, my legs and my arms because I, like, lift and stuff. And I run, so I like to look at, like, muscle tone and stuff, because I really think, the body's beautiful as far as, like, muscle tone and bone structure and stuff like that. But, like, other parts I'm, like, not comfortable looking at. I don't know if that's dysphoria as much as just, I guess it is. But it doesn't bother me. I guess it would change if I was with someone. But at the moment, just personally, no. It doesn't bother me. Interest in children. That was a question that I shortened. So I'm guessing it means, like, pregnancy and stuff. I'm adopted, so I would definitely want to adopt. That's just personal preference. It doesn't have to do with gender. And then if whoever I was with wanted to have a child, they would definitely be the one carrying it, or they would be the one adopting with me. So, yeah, it's just, like, I don't know if it's gender or if it's just my discomfort with pregnant women. I have, like, this fear of pregnant women, and it has to do with, like, the fact that I feel like they're so fragile, because they have, like, a living being in them, and that freaks me out already. But I feel like with, like, every TV show I've watched, something wrong has happened when you're pregnant, like miscarriage, or your water breaks, or you're just cranky. And so, yeah, I would not want to subject myself to that. Plus, it would freak me out to, like, just have, like, a thing in my belly. No, not for me. But I do want to have children, so adopting would definitely be a thing for me. Next question would be financial stuff. Financially, this light is really bright, like, right on my face. Let's see if we can bring it down. Is that any better? Sort of. Yeah, it will work. No. That's in the camera. There we go. Okay. I really wish I didn't fix the light, because the light was, like, fine, and I just bothered it. Okay. Financially, I think that I'm too young to really understand financial stuff. I know that in most cases when you go on a date, like, the guy always pays for it. I don't really know how it works in same-sex relationships, but it could basically be that if you make more money than I do, you're probably going to pay for it. And if I make more money than you do, I will probably pay for it. If I'm making $7 an hour, or minimum wage is more, I don't know, I get paid, like, a fair amount, and I work a fair amount. So if I'm doing that, and you are in school, and you're, like, not working at all, I would definitely pay for it. Is, like, further on down the line, it would just be based off salary. Like, kind Come on now. I would help you out if you help me out. You know, it's sort of that thing. But yeah, that is the end of the questions. I'm gonna do a video as soon as I end this one on gender identity, because it is a long road. I mean, I thought figuring out where you are in the LGBT community was hard. Nope, gender is a lot more complicated. So, that's up next.